P-Pill. This is a 2000 Oldsmobile. As you can see right there, it's the 3.4 liter. And I was looking on YouTube, and there's really not any good videos, especially with good lighting, of how to do it. Basically what I'm doing is I'm going to replace the alternator right here, and we got to take off this belt. So I'll show you how it's done. Right here is the drive belt routing system, the diagram obviously, and if you're wondering where the pulley is for the serpentine, or the serpentine, however you say it, it's right here. It's that little flipper, kind of like, looks like pinball, but this right here, that's your pulley. And if you look down in here, here's your alternator. It's kind of hard to see. See, this is not the bolts you want to mess with. It's actually right down here. There's a little square hole, and all you're going to do is you're going to take your 3.5 millimeter socket, and this right here is going to fit right in that hole. And I'll show you how that's done. Okay, so what's probably the best idea is make sure your square is flush, and it's a little easier to kind of come around this back way. So I'm going to kind of come around this back way, and let's see, and it's going to jiggle it, and let's see, boom. So you can kind of see right here how my socket wrench fits in that nice little hole. And all you're going to do is just pull up. It's counterclockwise, so you're just going to kind of give it some play room. Just pull that up. Alright. Slide the belt off. And now the belt's off. Trying to get my socket wrench back. Come on now. Alright. So, and you can kind of just leave it dangling here. It's going to make it a little easier. Also, now would be a great time to replace the serpentine if you needed to, while you're just working on that. So, go ahead and just kind of loop that off. Kind of leave it in the workings. Now that we've got the belt off, we've got back here, you kind of see it, come over. Got this little boot here, and makes it a little harder trying not to put my hands in the way. Okay, so that boot comes off, and you got this bolt back here you're going to want to take off, and you got this little wiring mechanism in here, and you're going to want to take that off. It's going to be a little difficult with this bar in the way. Might have to push it back a little bit. Alright, and you can kind of see there's a little clip on the back. You're just going to want to take your finger and pull that clip back. Okay, now it's off. You got a bolt right here that's connected to this freewheel, and then you got another one. Let's see, back over here. And you kind of take a look at the new one, you'll kind of see what I'm talking about. And you got this bolt here on that one, and then you got this right here, which is that right there. So you're going to want to take those off. Just as a safety precaution, I would probably take out the battery, because you don't want to electrocute yourself taking out, you know, stuff like that. So kind of looking at it, I from the back where this ground wire was connected to the back, I had some trouble, but I got that off. It was kind of welded together. You can kind of see, I don't know. Oh, this one, see how it kind of moves freely? I barely moved it, but that should definitely not be moving at all, like at all. And kind of back here, there's another bolt, and you might have trouble kind of loosening it, because when you have a socket wrench, you can't have it engaged into your socket, because this bolt sticks out too far unless you have like a mechanic's elongated one. So what you can do is kind of just barely stick it together like that and then use it, because if you fully engage it shut, you know, just push it together. Whenever you have it fully together, it doesn't let you even cover the bolt up. So what you can do is kind of just see, when you set it over, you won't be able to stick your socket in there, but just kind of halfway put it in there and then give it enough twists and it should break free. And what you're doing back there is you don't have to fully unscrew it, because let's see, you're just kind of loosening this brace. See, what we were looking at is it was sandwiched together, and just kind of loosen it and it should come right off. And when you're taking it off, you only need to do this bolt right here. There's another bolt down here that's holding this pulley, but you don't have to fully take it off because it's disconnected right there. So just take that one bolt off, take your ground off the back, you know, like before when I showed, just loosen this bolt, and then when you get to the other side, the bolt that's right there, when you're pulling it out, you may come to realize you're like, I can't pull it all the way out. What the heck am I going to do? See, I can punch the hole there. But all you really need to do is barely pull it out, and you'll see what happens. Just kind of pull it out, and it'll come right off. And what it's doing is, it only needs to come off literally that much, just barely off, and it will come right off. And now we're going to move on to putting on the new one. Ready? So we got the new one on there. Real quick, I'm kind of covering it with serpentine, but we got that belt back, or that bolt back on there. Got that bolt back there, and the other one, little brace thing, and then as before, ground is in the back. So now we need to put the serpentine back on. And so what I did earlier, you know, I just kind of left it freely. It did kind of loosen up, but you know, be sure to double, triple, quadruple check your diagram and make sure everything is as it's supposed to be. So, you know, I kind of got it a little chilling on this bolt, but it's wrapped around the pulley and everything, and all you're going to do is take your socket wrench and put it back in that hole right there, and pull it, you know, up counterclockwise, and you should be able to grab this and loop it right back on the teeth of the alternator. One thing I definitely did want to point out, I ran into trouble before I even started. See, I have this one. It's kind of the Blue Hawk socket wrench. It's kind of thick in the back, and it was impossible for me to, you know, wedge it down in there. And so I went to AutoZone and got one that's a little bit more slim. It's the Duralast, so, and it fits perfectly, like as you saw earlier. I mean, I have plenty of play, so that's definitely just a heads up before you even, you know, run into that problem when you start up. Alright, so I'm gonna hand it over and show you just what I'm gonna do. Just pull that up and put the serpentine back on there.
When you were about to.
Okay. Alright, and definitely one thing I almost forgot is to put the clip back into the new one. Here, let's see. Wait, hold that. Thank you. Okay, and like I said, that part of your AC line is in the way, so you kind of have to push that out of the way. Bam! It snaps right in. Whee! Alright, so now serpentine. And like before, just come around on the back side. Jimmy it on there. Crank up on that. And literally slips right back on. Alright. And then just, like I said, double, quadruple, triple A check it. Because you definitely don't want any more problems after something like this. Alright. And
Put your battery back on.
put your battery back on, make sure it's all checked, and that's how you do it. So hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. Hopefully it's helpful to you. And good luck.